Oh, sorry.
Well, now we've got the dress rehearsal done.
Okay. Right, awesome. Perfect. Right, now we are live.
Well, there's a lag. Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's... Shalom, welcome to Tel Aviv for the Eurovision Song Contest of 2019. As you can see in the background, Dare to Dream is the theme this year. And of course, for all these performers that are there this year, they have dared to dream to represent their country here in Israel. Who will take the grand prize this Saturday? Well, tonight we start off with the jury semi-final one. Now, for any of you who are quite new to Eurovision or don't really know what happens in between the live shows that you have worldwide on the cubes back home, or TVs as some like to call it, of course we have the jury shows the night before the actual live show.
I think this is worth pointing out because I was very confused by this. So you've got rehearsals that was going to happen today, and then a jury rehearsal, and then the actual live show tomorrow, right?
Yeah,
so I have that right?
Yeah, no, you're right.
So people have been asking, like, when does it start? I didn't think it started yet. Why are you there? So just worth pointing out for people that are new.
No, you're absolutely right, because of course we're here behind the scenes, aren't we? We have that privilege of being here. So thanks to Eurovision, the EBU and everyone for giving us the accreditation on behalf of ESC Plus. And Joey has been here since Wednesday. I only flew in today, so it's been for me. I'm quite new to all this. So
yeah,
Joey, you're the man. You all know what's going on.
I didn't think you were going to show up at all. I had just about given up hope.
Like a date, I'm just not going to turn up.
Maybe that's how you date. Maybe that's why you're single. Is this how you act on dates?
Just put the bullet right in there. I like it.
Yeah.
So Joey, what have you enjoyed your experience so far? What have you learned from these performers? Because you've been in there and seen some of them.
Yes, I mean I think there's a lot of really interesting acts, especially in the first semifinal. I think what people are saying is that the first semifinal is like going to be really good television. It's going to be very, the acts are going to be really strange, some of them very strange, very daring, from the stage point of view, from the types of music. I think we get more traditional Eurovision in the second semifinal, but tonight I think there's a lot of striking moments, and in the semifinal, which everyone will see on TV tomorrow. So I'm happy to answer your questions and give you the rundown of what I thought of the rehearsal today, because I did sit into the entire rehearsal for the show. So we actually saw the whole show get run through, the interval act, Netta's performance to open the show, the postcards, the setup to lift off the show with Netta's performance, the whole backstory. So we can go through all that.
Perfect.
Where should I start?
So let's just have a look. We've had a good evening from the massage suite, the Massel. So good evening to you. Of course, for any of you fans watching, please do send us some questions over.
I need a massage. I called the spa at my hotel and I was like, I need a massage from carrying all this equipment by myself because Jamie's not here.
I'm here now. I'm the caddy now.
So Limassol, hopefully maybe you know some people in Tel Aviv that have massages.
I mean, the one thing we are missing out on is this beautiful microphone. Have you seen it? Look at that. It's an absolute wonder, isn't it? It's not working right now, but look at that.
It works fine. What are you saying?
It's definitely a great branding. And did you get that done in America?
It was, yeah. I mean, done by Amazon, I believe. So.
Nice. Prime. Do they do Amazon Prime in America?
Of course.
Of course.
Yeah.
Just make sure. I don't know if we're behind or you're behind, I can't remember, but if anyone does have any questions, we do have a few messages now. Oh, you're welcome, says the massage suite, the Massel. Favourite, Paris G is asking for the favourite, so straight away, the massage suite, the Massel, is of course from Cyprus, as we could tell from the name, but Paris G is asking for our favourite. You've seen the act so far, Joey. Who was your favourite out of all the acts in semi-final one?
My favourite from semi-final one is Greece, and the jury rehearsals. Someone's asking about the jury show. The jury show is tomorrow night. What we're going to see right now is the...
Oh no, the jury show is tonight. Jury show is tonight, yeah.
I don't even know what day it is. It's so the jury show is tonight. The jury rehearsal is tonight. That's what I'm getting ready to go to. What I saw today was like rehearsal number 1 or something like that.
Yeah.
Right? Or 2.
Yes. So yeah, early on we did have the dress rehearsal. So your favourite is Greece then, because of course a lot of people love Greece's song, don't they? Like, but is it a winner in your eyes?
I'm not sure it's a winner, but it's potential top 5, I think. But I have to go through how we get there. Maybe we want to run through the running order, because we've got plenty of time before the show starts.
So in case anyone is wondering, Joey's got a ticket for tonight. I'll be locked up in here.
Way to give away the punchline early.
So we're going to go through the lineup. To start off with, it is Cyprus with Tamta with Replay. Now, as I mentioned before, I haven't seen much of the live performances yet, while Joey has. We got then Montenegro with Demol with the song Heaven. Then we got at number 3, we got Finland with Darude. Of course, a lot of people remember Darude from 20 years ago, which was the year Sandstorm came out, which was a massive hit all over Europe at least, and of course in nightclubs to this day we still hear that song. It's a fantastic tune. He's of course performing with Sebastian Rajman, and that is the song Look Away. At number 4 we have Poland with Tulia, Fire of Love. Of course that'll be sang in Polish and English. We got Slovenia in 5th, we got Czech Republic in 6th, Hungary in 7th with the return of Josie Papai. Then we've got Belarus at 8 with Xena, Like It, and I do like it. Sorry, terrible pun, I know, but it had to be put in. At number 9 we have Navina Bozovic with Krona. Belgium at number 10 with Elliot, just with the 1 L. I know, it's weird, isn't it? You spell Elliot with 1 L. I've never seen that before with Wake Up. A lovely young chap, though, who we got the chance to interview back at the London Eurovision party. Feel free to check it out on the ESC Plus YouTube channel, as it's available online. 11, we have Georgia with Otto Nemzadze. So apologies if I said that completely wrong there. We've Keep On Going. We've then got Australia, who have always made the final since their debut in 2015. Even though 2015 they were automatically in the final because of an invitation, but since 2016 they've always made the final through the semi-finals. We then have Iceland with Atari. That song is of course in Icelandic. We've got Estonia with Victor Krone with Storm, which is personally it's one of my favourite songs, but we'll see how it does later on tonight in the juries. We got Portugal, of course, last year's hosts. Will they win it again anytime soon? No one really expects them to do it this year with Conan Osiris. Then we have Greece, as Joey, of course, just mentioned, Katerine Duska, who is Joey's favourite for tonight with the song Better Love. And then last but not least, San Marino with Sahat with Say Na Na Na, which I'm quite a fan of that one, but we'll see how that does as well, because San Marino don't always make the final, do they, Joey?
They don't make the final enough. They haven't been there since, I want to say, 2014?
I think you're right, yeah. I think that was the first time they ever made the final, and the last time.
They've got a very short, very low rate of making the final. So
we'll just check if we've got any more messages. What about Cyprus, as you just asked us?
Can Ivan post the link to the website? Because I have an article ready to post.
So that's a message to our colleague. Paris G is saying we wish for the best, of course. He is from Greece, as he says. When will the jury rehearsal start? As I mentioned, the jury rehearsals were this afternoon.
They're waiting for me to get there. That's when it's start.
It doesn't start till he gets in. He's VIP.
I didn't come all the way to Tel Aviv to miss it.
And how long was your flight? It was 10 hours from New York, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like 10 and a half hours.
That's brutal. And here's me moaning about having 5 hours on a flight. What about Cyprus, as we just read? What are your thoughts on Poland? I'm going to ask you this, Joey. This is from Alpine Lieb 15. What are your thoughts on Poland? Is it a qualifier, do you think, Joey?
Well, we're going to go through that, right? So why don't we run through the running order, and I'll talk about
that sounds good.
What I thought from them today.
Okay, cool. So let's start off with Cyprus then, with Tamta Replay.
So
what did you think?
Hopefully you've at least heard this song, Tamta.
Yeah.
Okay. Because everyone knows Replay is a great track. It's very danceable. It's ready for the radio. It's very slick. It is very well produced. And so really the only question we had was how was that going to translate to the stage? And it's exactly how you would think, given what Cyprus did last year. They put the same team together and they gave us a very, very professional, dance-intensive, upbeat number. Tamta is a sex symbol. She's very, very, very pretty. She's really well dressed for the stage. And she's got the big moment in this in the song is there's like a costume change about halfway through. And I think that it's just a great opener for the show. It's really going to set the tone, and it is a definite qualifier.
Yeah.
It's almost as definite as it comes. So yeah, the answer to that question is yes.
I always feel like with Cyprus, especially the last couple of years, we had Frago last year, which we all loved, didn't we? The staging, everything about it was fantastic. Sadly, it just finished runners up. Always, we would have been there this year instead of Tel Aviv, of course, with Israel winning. But yeah, you're right. Cyprus at the moment are just nailing it with their songs, and from such a small little country as well. I love seeing that. It's just, as they always say, big things come in small packages. So anyway, we're going to move on to Montenegro. We do have.
You're still talking about your dating life, or are we?
I don't know anymore. Montenegro at number 2 with Heaven from Dimal. Again, Jerry, what were your thoughts on Montenegro? Because I was talking to someone from the Montenegro delegation just before, and she doesn't think they're going to make it.
Yeah, she's probably right. I mean, this is, the bet here would be to see if they're going to avoid being in last place. It's, they're in the second slot in the running order. This is, as sure as I am about Cyprus making it, I'm just as certain about Montenegro not making it. And I don't think I'm that much of an expert, so it's pretty obvious. I mean, the song is just, it's a little dated. I feel like they're really doing what they can with the song. The staging is really nothing to talk about. It's very simple. It's really just revolving around them. But what's good is that they are having a great time, and I see future careers from the Montenegro Eurovision representative in those 6 singers. So I think some of them will be back. Interesting.
Yeah. It's funny because Montenegro didn't make the final last year when they were in Lisbon as well. They didn't get past the semi-finals. This is one of my favourite acts, but I'm not sure it's going to make the final. There's a lot of fan predictions that I've seen out there that believe it's not going to make the final, and that is Finland. And they're at number 3 in the running order. That is Darude with Sebastian Rejman, and that is with the song "Look Away, Look Away." Joey, I've seen enough, I think, from just the rehearsal clip to think it really is hit and miss for them making the final. I actually, to be honest, I'm going to go out there and say they're not going to make the final.
Yeah, I think that's right. I agree. I think the odds reflect that. I think this is a very decent track. I think this is a great song to hear on the radio, to hear on the club. It's something about it is just not translating to the Eurovision stage.
Exactly.
For me. And I think it was set up that way from the beginning because it's not that kind of song. I don't think.
It was like that last year with Poland with Groomy, I noticed. Like that was a proper kind of nightclub kind of song. But I remember being in the arena when Lucas Meyer is going round the little golden circle.
And like you have this going on, right?
Yeah. It was terrible. That dance was just, it gave me nightmares. But I remember watching that, and the crowd just did not interact with it at all.
Yeah.
And I think if you can't get the crowd going, you're not going to get the TV audience going.
Absolutely. I mean, that's how I feel with Finland's track this year too. And it's great to see Darude on the Eurovision stage. It's certainly bringing a lot of attention.
Absolutely.
I spoke to Panda, who's the Austrian representative this year, and he's actually remixed her track. So there's some good collaborations coming out of his presence. So that's always good. But yeah, I see it as not qualifying. It'd be interesting to see how the crowd in the arena reacts to it, or if we're just projecting all of this onto from other performances. So
absolutely, we're going to move on. It's a shame about Finland, but that's our prediction. Poland with Tulia with Fire of Love. Poland got quite well in terms of later on this year. We were just at the Junior Eurovision Song Contest press conference, Jerry. Of course, they'll be hosting that in November, but that's not what we're here for. We're here for the main event. So Poland, what do you think with this one?
So I'm predicting still that this is going to qualify, but it's one of those that's really on the cusp. So it's gonna be close, but I think one of the reasons that I have Poland qualifying is in my head I think that Poland does well in the televote in a lot of years. If you remember 2016, Michael
yes.
was back. came third in the televote overall. And
Which
that
no one expected.
Right, nobody expected that. And you know, there's diaspora, so there's that, maybe that might help with the televote. So, but this is an ethnic number. It's upbeat. It's very colorful. They use the stage very well. I mean, they're using. We've got this big LED screen this year, and the girls are using the screen to project their faces on the screen, and it really comes through in the arena. And I think that it's hard to ignore it because it's very catchy. The costumes are with that regional identity, and yeah, I mean, I think it's gonna do pretty well enough with the televote. And I will point this out. I've been studying the numbers, and so last year, for example, in the semifinals, like maybe 8 or 9, depending on which semifinal you were in, had enough points from like either the jury or the televote to qualify without any from the other side. So it was like basically like 100 points or so you need to qualify on average. And there were like 7, 8, or 9 entries around there that got that many points just from the televote alone or just from the jury vote alone. So there is room for a song that can really excel in maybe like the televote and not pick up so much jury love in semifinal. There's just not a lot of room. So we'll see. I'm hoping that they pull through.
So fingers crossed. Slovenia, quickly your thoughts on them in a very brief note.
Slovenia. I feel like this came in as a favorite for the juries. It's a very jury friendly song, I think. I don't know if it's going to connect with the public. It's not the type of song that really can grab you in 3 minutes, but it's technically very beautiful and very good. So I don't know. It won its national final by a large margin, so it makes me think that maybe I'm not being kind enough to the public. But yeah, we'll see.
I guess in a way it's a sign from the Slovenia public that they clearly believed in this song, as you say, when there's a big majority going for that instead of another song. Czech Republic at number 6, they got their best ever finish last year with Mikuláš Josef.
That's right. That's your like body double, I heard.
Yeah. Well, we did have a selfie, and a lot of people thought, straight away I thought, who's the cute guy in this one? Clearly me, with my quiff and all that. But no, Mikuláš, he is my lost long brother. I finally found him, and he's gone away again. 12 months later, Joe, I still haven't seen him.
I know there's a backpack that they're giving away somewhere here.
Oh.
Like, I think we should throw it on you and see if we can like maybe go in through the stage entrance and they'll let us
do an interval act.
Be like, oh yeah.
might take up on that.
Yeah.
Hungary, of course, Josie.
We didn't talk about.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I do apologise, Joe.
I get
too excited
how
now.
to get on and off the tangents. All right. So so I'm excited to talk about Czech Republic because this is pretty close to a short qualifier. I think what Lake Malawi have done on the stage is great television. It looks really slick, really neat. They're using the theme of that Instagram story from the video, and it's translating well. These guys are having a lot of fun on stage, and the song is the type of song that's going to grab your attention within the first 10 seconds, not even 30 seconds. Like the sound of it, the repetitiveness of the melody, it's going through. It absolutely has to.
So I mean, this is the thing with Czech Republic. Do you think they could get a higher finish than Mikuláš Josef? I can't see it happening, but I can't remember what his position was last year. I think it was top 10.
Yeah.
Or was it 6?
Yeah.
Good memory.
So I mean, maybe not because this, but it's still potentially a top 10. But we're talking about qualifying. It's a no-brainer. This is qualifying.
Actually, we'll carry on going through the lineup, and let me just see if we've got any more messages. We got someone from Poland watching, and last year was bad apparently. Poland is really good this year, I can tell. That's someone from Cyprus saying that. Someone's actually said Poland is awful. All sheet only Norway. Not sure what that means. All the countries that could vote for us are voting on Thursday. Of course, that's a good point. When it comes to the 2 semi-finals, the big 5 vote, but of course they split it up with the host as well. I don't know from the top of my head.
We're talking about Norway, right?
Talking about Norway, yes.
So basically, I agree because what's happening is on Thursday you have Denmark, and you have Sweden.
Yeah.
And I don't know who the other country would be that person thinks would vote for Norway, but
Denmark.
I said that.
Oh, sorry.
Denmark and Sweden, I know are in. So like that block of countries would vote for
Each
Norway.
other. Yeah.
You know, and so, but I don't know. Like if we're going to skip ahead to go to Norway, but I think that Norway shouldn't have a problem. I'm worried to say that, but I don't think they'll have a problem.
Commentary curse if you get it wrong.
Yeah.
Belarus next. We'll mention quickly Hungary because Josie Papai is back. He returned 2 years ago. He started 2 years ago, when it was in Ukraine. Everyone loves him, don't they? The Eurovision community does like Josie. But I mean, again, from what I'm reading, Joe, I'm not expecting him to do wonders in terms of taking the crown home.
No. But we're talking about whether he's qualifying or not, right?
Yeah, is he going to qualify?
So this is where I sort of disagree with the conventional wisdom. I think that he's on everybody's list to qualify, and I feel like the reaction to his rehearsals has been really positive. It's this is an emotional song. I think it translates to father, or something about father. So he's on stage barefoot, just really emoting because it's a mid-tempo to slow number, and he is very well liked. So I think the conventional wisdom is that it will qualify, but my thing is, I don't know. Like, there's a bunch of other countries in this semifinal that have this ethnic ballad going on. You've got Serbia, you've got Slovenia, you've got Georgia, and returning Eurovision stars don't always do as well as they did the first time.
No, you're right.
A lot of times it's worse.
Yeah.
So I don't know. When I tallied up my 10, I didn't have this on there, but I feel like that's a very unpopular opinion.
Okay, interesting that. Belarus with Xena, like it. I like this song. It's very Eurovision.
It's really growing on me, this song. I think once you won the Belarusian national final, it got laughs from people because of the lyrical complexity. But I think it's a really fun pop song, and it's staged very well. It's got a very youthful vibe to it. Xena is having a great time on stage, and it's going to connect with her audience. Now, she's the youngest. She is the youngest contestant that we have this year. I was talking to Rocco from Croatia earlier this week, and I was like, "Oh, you're still in high school. You're the youngest contestant." And he was like, "No, actually, Xena is a few months younger than me." So Joey should definitely get going.
Oh yeah, if he wants. Yeah, that's a good point. We just had a message from our producer. So quickly, next on time, we'll do it very quick now.
Right.
Serbia, will they qualify?
So Serbia I have as, I'm not really sure, but I think Serbia I had as qualifying, yes.
Okay.
Belgium, I'm not really sure. I don't think so.
And he's very young as well. He's only 19, isn't he?
Yeah.
So a big stage for him come Tuesday night. Georgia, I've always liked Georgia songs.
Georgia,
yeah.
But so.
No, go ahead if you want to.
I can miss the big opening because I saw it already. But yeah, I mean, Georgia is loving you. You guys. Hey,
thank you.
If people are loving you guys, I'm going to stay right here. Anybody want my arena tickets?
Sell it to someone else.
No, so because I have feelings about this. I'm feeling some kind of way about this with this Otto. I mean, I have to tell you. Now, you know this setup at Eurovision in concert, right? Like,
yeah.
Where like the artists are there to do press, and they're kind of just all scattered around this room, all at the tables, and it's a bit like speed dating, which I know you've been on, because that's what you do with small things and big packages and whatnot. But I think that all the artists were spread around, and I was waiting to talk to San Marino, and I look over at Georgia, and there's nobody talking to Otto.
Oh no.
And he was on his phone. And I was like, no, this is not right. I was like, you came to do press. Somebody's talking to you. So I just struck up a conversation with him, and he just went, and he just kept on talking and talking. And I ended up really enjoying him. I find him really, he really is invested in what he's doing. And I think that once you see the stage show from Georgia, you will be impressed, because I don't think they are treating this song like it is a sure non-qualifier or a sure last place. This is an investment that they're making in the staging for this show. It is theatrical. It is bringing the earth, the fire, the brimstone, everything. So I think that keep an open mind is all I'm saying about Odo. And if there is a shock qualifier, I actually hope that it's Georgia.
Actually, we just your mum is watching. Is it Joycey?
What did she say?
Wave to mum, Joe.
Oh, hi, Mum.
Wave, hello,
Yeah.
hello, Joey's mum.
Yeah.
How are you?
Yeah.
Never did I think we'd ever have to say that on a live stream.
We have an American audience now.
Oh, yeah, fantastic.
Right.
Actually, here's a good question. Is it shown in America, Eurovision? I know they started it recently, probably a couple of years ago. Is it still being shown in America?
It's not being shown this year. The broadcaster is not showing it.
Okay.
So, MTV, if you're listening, I'm picking up the U.S. coverage here.
Yeah.
So you can hire me next year.
Get him in. He is wonderful. We have someone saying Russia top, but we'll carry on going through the last songs. Australia quickly, are they going to make it? Because they've got 100% record of getting to the final.
Yeah, this is going in, and now
it's a great song.
I didn't like the song. I was one of those people that was absolutely on board for Electric Fields, and I wanted Electric Fields to Eurovision. So I was disappointed Australia didn't choose Electric Fields. But now I think that this is really Australia's moment. This is, if anyone's seen Wicked, the musical, this reminds me of Wicked type theatrics with people flying all over the arena. It's like a mix of Wicked and like a Pink concert you've got this like Cirque du Soleil stuff going on during this song. And it's not something that you see at Eurovision that much. I mean, you can't really assemble somebody, in too much of a precarious place with only 3 minutes of a performance. But they launched this woman into space in this. Wait, I want to see your face tonight when you watch it for the first time.
I mean, for me, this will be the first time watching all the acts, so I'm looking forward to it.
So I'm actually really curious to how it's going to be in the arena because, I hope they bought their insurance.
Cool. My laptop's battery is very low, so quickly, Joe, before you have to head off, quickly, Estonia, are they going through? Yes or no?
No.
Portugal?
Yes, I hope so, yes.
Greece definitely.
Yes.
That's your winner as well.
San Marino, I'm going to have to back up my earlier prediction and say that it's not their year.
Okay.
Let's go see Valentina soon, but but that's my prediction. It could all change when I see the arena. I think what will be interesting is when I come back from the arena and I'm like, Jamie, what the hell have you been doing while I'm gone?
Just sitting here, just chilling.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're gonna have a bit of a break. Joey's now gonna head to the arena. So Joey,
I will be back after the show with all the tea on what people thought.
Leaving me hanging with the handshake. Oh. There we go. But you will be back with the review. We will do our review video later, which will be available on our YouTube channel.
We might have special guests. I might bring people back here.
Do so, yes. We'll bring some beer in. And then we're just going to have a short break, and then we'll be back in about 10 minutes or so in build-up for the, of course, jury semi-final one. Thanks for tuning. We'll be right back.
Awesome. Can I leave my stuff with you? Is that?
You can. I'll just. that's the thing. So yeah, unless we move.
Or if we just move this table back a bit.
Or we could move it. Ah, good idea. There we go. Spot on.
At least then I can see.
I was going to say, you know them off by heart. Oh, come on. I'm okay for now, to be honest. I had a bit of water before, and to be honest, I need to go to the loo. I'm good for now, though. Cheers, buddy.
So yeah, no, I've not had the best of weeks.
Okay.
So, just shit.
Oh dear.
So, hence I won't go on the live stream because I'm
No,
a bit kind of
What?
upset.
Are you okay? What's up, buddy? Hey, look.
Just
If you,
stuff.
look, I won't ask you anything. But if you want to talk to any, if you ever want to talk, mate, I'm right here for you.
Yeah, no, cheers.
I'm just gonna go to the toilet.
Okay.
just saw that then. Okay, thank you. Alright, I'll end it. What? Yeah, I was just gonna say I'll end it when what was it, when the last act has done it. There's no point staying put after that in terms of like nothing else will be happening. So yeah, we're gonna do like a recorded video on that, but probably not live stream. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, sure. Yeah, no worries. Alright. Okay. 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 See you in a bit. Right. You're allowed to give me a correction, knowing me. I'll get anything wrong, me. Right. Actually, before I start. Oh mate, I can't drink coffee. I don't know what it is. I just can't. I tried it when I started my job at Man City. I thought, you know what, I'll try it 'cause I feel tired. Drank it and I just felt already said, I guess. Right, I'll start on this. To ESC Plus on YouTube, and we've got, of course, in just a few moments time, as I'm watching from the other side of this laptop, we have the jury semi-final 1 about to take place, and Joey, of course, one of our fellow ESC Plus members, is in the arena, so we'll be getting his reaction later on this evening. Now, in case you're wondering what time it is here in Tel Aviv, it is actually 10 p.m. start. So while you're in the UK or in Spain or anywhere, of course, it's all different times, so it won't be done till about midnight here local time. And then, of course, think about the grand final when it goes on way past 1 a.m. So it's going to be very late for all of us here in Tel Aviv. And let's not forget, 20 years ago we had it in Jerusalem in 1999, and then Sweden, of course, went on to win with Take Me to Your Heaven, which is an absolute classic from Sweden. Which every song from Sweden is a classic, even if it doesn't win. We do love Sweden at the Eurovision Song Contest. So as if any of you did join us before, we did ask you to feel free to send us some questions. We've actually got Joey actually watching us now, when he should really be watching the show in front of you. Enjoy the show, Joey, don't worry about me. Go and watch the show. We've actually got someone saying, I can't wait till tomorrow for the first live semi-final, which will be very interesting to get the final results in. Once that first semi is out of the way, it starts to feel very much closer to the finish line, as some people would like to say, probably from covering it for many weeks, months on end. I'm a bit of a part-timer, I only turned up today. So as I mentioned before, we'll quickly just go through the lineup. Sorry, we've got a bad eye at the moment. We have Cyprus starting off, then we've got Montenegro, followed by Darude with Finland. Then we've got, I'm trying to get to the running order, but instead I'm being controlled from somebody else, can't get on there at the moment. But straight away, the top 3 in the running order is quite interesting, because Cyprus, in my eyes, has a very good song. Cyprus, it's hit and miss for many people, despite the fact that Darude is a big DJ name in most parts of Europe, of course, with the song Sandstorm, which, again, we talk about 1999, that's the year it came out, in the same year of when Jerusalem hosted the last time they had Eurovision on the calendar. So we're just looking out at the stream at the moment. The fans are in, and well, they're very much ready. It looks very packed in there in the Expo Arena. So going through the running order again, we got Poland at number 4, Slovenia at number 5, Czech Republic is starting at number 6. We got Josie coming back representing Hungary at number 7, an act from 2017 for many of you Euro nerds who remember him very well. Belarus at 8, Serbia 9, Belgium 10. Yes, you can hear the Eurovision theme in the background, that's because it's about to begin. We've got Georgia at number 11, Australia at 12, Iceland at 13, Estonia 14, Portugal 15, Greece at number 16, and to wrap it all up, we have an odd number of 17 for San Marino. So we're just having a bit of a film being shown at the moment. The theme this year is Dare to Dream, and as expected, showing a bit of Dana International in the background there. What a legend. Of course, semi-final 2 is on Thursday night. We have the jury show here on Wednesday night, and then tomorrow, of course, it all focuses on semi-final 1 for a family show during the day, and then the live show later on. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. It was a year ago already since Israel won with Netta with the song Toy. A very, very popular song I remember from last year. Remember, send us your questions, any questions you have at all. We will have Joey back, as I mentioned earlier, later on, who will be giving his reaction, since he'll be from the arena. I must admit, I picked up lemon juice before, and I don't think I've been so happy to have some lemon juice. Remember to subscribe as well to ESC Plus for more of our videos. Let's have a look Where Belarus qualifier, please, says Pablo Capi Villa Palacios. Estonia, says Kieran Adams. Estonia's hit and miss for me. I'm not sure what to expect. It's actually one of my favourite songs out of the list. If you go on Spotify, that would be up there, but the staging is a little bit different. This is a little bit opposite for me. I'm not a big fan. We have Joey actually telling us he'll post pics to Instagram, which is fantastic. Actually, a non-qualifier now, says Kieran Adams. So the show's has pretty much just begun. Waiting for the opening act. And in case anyone's wondering what the stage is like this year, it's pretty much like Pyramid. It's actually, when you look at the stage lighting at the moment, it looks like something from Daft Punk when they did their live tour back in 2007. I think we got a big cat approaching. I'll be honest with you folks, I haven't seen anything about this semi-final yet, so all of this is new to me than it is to you. And Netta is on the stage in a cat, as she does. We've got someone saying that Poland should go to the final. I agree. I think Poland will make it. Pablo Capi has responded again. You will show the performances? ? We can't show you the performances, I'm afraid. It's against the rules. But I'll try and describe it as best as I can after the songs have been performed. Now, of course, Netta winning last year. I remember during the week of Lisbon, when you went to Euroclub or Eurocafe, you would hear either Netta Toy, or you would hear pretty much that or Frago. So it was always going to be between them two. Tell you what, this lemon juice is delicious. Haven't had one in ages. I tell you what, it's still catchy, isn't it? It's just one of those, isn't it?
Yeah. I think it shows off the new stage quite well as well.
I think you're right. I think you're absolutely spot on. Well, that was an electric performance there from Netta, and in the words of of Joe Sansom from the ESC Bubble. It's the fact that it's really shown off the stage really well. Joe is with us. How you doing, Joe? I've given him the invitation that I can talk whenever he likes throughout the stream. It's up to him. He's of course busy as well doing his live blogging from ESC Bubble. Do check them out as well. We got Nikat shouting Azerbaijan in large, big capital letters. Azerbaijan is one of the top favourites this year when I last checked. Kieran Adams, I think Australia, Belgium, Cyprus, Slovenia, Greece, Ireland, Portugal, Czech Republic, Hungary and Poland will qualify. Quite a list there, but of course it is 10 that would go through. Can you show us the acts, Zach? I'm afraid we can't. Due to, of course, the rights of the stream, we wouldn't be allowed to do that. Even if I tried to, the screen even says it is not allowed to show the pictures on film during the rehearsal. So, I mean, we could try it, but we'd get into big trouble. So, a big no-no. Sorry about that. We've got a few more, have we? Opinion on Hungary's performance? I'll be honest, I haven't seen the live performance yet. So, when we see it in just a few minutes' time, as they're on it, let me just check where they are. Where is Josie in the running order? He is 7th in the running order. So that would mean, be in about half an hour time, let's say, shall we say? So the hosts are out, including the supermodel Bar Raffaelli, as are Lucy Ayoub as well.
It's been 20 long years since Eurovision came to visit us here in Israel.
And let's be honest, we really missed having you here. Did you guys miss us? Excellent, because we are honored to be celebrating the magic of Eurovision here.
So of course, remember, let us know if you got any questions about the acts tonight. Feel free. As I said, I haven't seen them perform live yet. This will be the first time for me as well. As I mentioned, Joey is in the arena watching it again. He's already seen them, so I don't know why he's in there. He could have been better off being here with me, and I could have got his thoughts on it. But he got a ticket, and I don't blame him really. There's actually 4 hosts this year. Last year's host, I think it was 4 ladies from what I can remember. I can't remember the names. To be frankly honest with you, nothing really beats the Eurovision 2016 hosts of Petra Meder and Man Zamalov. They were no doubt awesome. Awesome. It was always going to be hard to beat them to it. We actually are a host for this evening. Alright, so our hosts for this evening are Azzy Azar, Bar Raffaelli, Erez Tal, and Lucy Ayoub. Thank you very much, Joe. Yeah. Oh yeah.
17. Who will they be?
Well, that's up to you
I must admit, out of the 4, Bar Raffaelli is known quite worldwide. She is a supermodel and also an actress.
So these are the 17 countries
In
competing.
terms of the other 3, from the top of my head, I don't really know.
Here comes the French.
They're just showing the running order. And so as mentioned before, Cyprus first, Montenegro second, Finland 3rd with Darude, Poland 4th, Slovenia 5th, Czech Republic 6th, Hungary 7th, Belarus 8th, Serbia 9th, Belgium with Elliot at 10, Georgia with Otto at 11. We've got Australia at 12. Can they make another final? They've 100% record since 2016, so why not? I don't see why not. It's a cracking song, Zero Gravity. I'm a big fan of that one. Iceland, Estonia, Portugal, Greece, and San Marino are also in the live lineup for tonight as well.
Good-looking singers will dance in beautiful locations. So tonight,
Let's see if we've got any more questions. I really hope that Belgium will be back in the grand final this year after last year's undeserved non-qualification. Well, Belgium for me is one of those countries where it's very rare I dislike their songs. I mean, Belgium, of course, let's not forget, in 2017 was an absolute classic. I thought it was brilliant. Didn't win. Not a lot of people would agree. People around me probably agreeing or disagreeing, we don't know. we'll see. But anyway, we're about to start off with the first song, so I will be quiet during the songs. I'll just sit here. Feel free to stare at me if you really want to, but we are going to start off the show with Cyprus. It's Tamta with Replay. And is it a song that you would replay? That's, you'll find out now from the live performance and the postcard this year. It's actually pretty cool. They filmed them in Israel, which they did a few weeks back. They didn't do it this week, I know for sure that. So anyway, Cyprus, try and listen in if you can.
You got a problem to aim on your head. Let's just be honest tonight. Yeah, only I can solve it. It's just into me in your back. I'm shifting my body tonight. So you call me, so you call me. So you feel it morning, early in the morning, early in the morning. Time is moving slowly. We can keep it on tomorrow. I know you used to say it's lovely. Leave my love on replay.
I love this one.
My love on replay. I don't want no one to blame. There's someone just scream my name. Baby, I'm all in tonight. That's where you call me, that's where you call me. That's where you call me, that's where you call me. So you feel it, early in the morning, early in the morning. Time is moving slowly. Keep me up to color. I know you miss me. So you need my love on replay. You need my love on replay.
And so that was Cyprus kicking off the very first semi-final, and I think it's an absolutely cracking song to begin the show at the Expo. And we're going to move straight on, as always, with Eurovision. It's song after song now. We're going to go on to Montenegro now, which, as Joey mentioned before to us in our preview, he doesn't think it's going to go through. We actually spoke to one of the members from Montenegro who was saying that she doesn't think that they'll make the final. And the last time, I remember she told me it was 2015 they last made it into the final. So it's been a good while. And I mean, I must admit, I've always loved Montenegro's, let's say, participation in Eurovision, but it's a hit and miss for this year. Let us know what you think in the comments below. Let's see what messages we got. The beginning was good. I agree with you there, Rufus. Still problems with vocals, it seems, says Ali Alexandrov about Cyprus. Anyway, here's Montenegro.
Life was once so lonely, heartbreak was the only thing you left for me. My life was so empty, and love was the furthest thing from me. Falling, I'm in heaven falling, I'm in heaven falling, straight into your heart. Falling,
Well, the songs certainly come in thick and fast. 3 minutes each is the maximum, of course. That was Montenegro there, and all in their white suits with that one. Next up for me is the most intriguing one for me is Finland with Darude. Now, it's hit and miss really with this one. Darude, it was 20 years ago. Sandstorm came out, which is a club song everyone knows. Everyone knows. It's been played all over Europe at least. Maybe around the world as well. It's still a song people play to this day. And Darude, 20 years on, is representing Finland at Eurovision with Sebastian Raymond. So it's the song "Look Away," and after Darude was picked to have 3 songs nominated for a national selection, this was the song that the fans went for. So here we go. It's Finland at running order number 3. So that's Darude for Finland there with Sebastian Raymond and what did you, Joe? Joe, you look very
Horrendous.
It's horrendous, says Joe.
Absolutely horrendous, don't you think?
I thought it was as well.
You've got ears.
The notes were just not there at all.
And Darude's not on screen.
And he's not no.
And the fact that you've got the golden circle behind Sebastian and in front of Darude,
Yeah.
you just do not see him at all.
Exactly.
He's the big international.
I was going to say he is the face of everything. Like with that song and known worldwide, as you say. But no, I'm disappointed. I must admit, I'm a big Darude fan as well. So not the best there. And there's a few moments with the notes there. Anyway, we've talked about Finland. Now we're going to talk about Poland, and it's with Tulia, Fire of Love. Something different about this one. That was Poland there with Fire of Love from Tulia. Of course, some of it in English and in Polish. Next up we have Slovenia. Let's see if there's been any messages from you guys in the last few minutes. Portugal, says Rodrigo Pereira. Just saying Portugal. Fantastic. Katarina Duska and Hattori go for it in my favourites this semi, says Danny Newman. Poland has the best vocals from semi-final one, says Alexandra. Let's have a look now. Flipson says Atari as well. Then we got Michael, who was waiting for Poland. His wish has come true. Poland have performed. So remember to let us know in the comments below what you think. Any questions, feel free to go ahead. So next up we have Slovenia. Nice one. The only way is up, 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 up.
think about your blink? That blink. Oh, what do you think about it? We've been counting the blinks.
How many?
It's usually 24 in 3 minutes, which is
That's
really
a
not
lot of.
very many blinks.
No.
Hello, audience.
And that was Slovenia. We've just counted how many blinks there were. Joe Sansom, our man from ESC Bubble, has just said he reckons it's about 24 normally, and he's seen a lot of these performances, not just once, quite a few times. Too many times, you could say. But next up we got Czech Republic. Now, Czech Republic last year, of course, got their best ever finish at Eurovision, which was in 6th place in Lisbon, and that was with Mikolas Joseph, and that was a cracking song. It was a big contender for last year's win. Obviously got beaten at the end by the likes of Cyprus and Israel, but this one's an interesting one, really. Lake Maliwell, we especially with their coloured jumpers, one in yellow, one in red, but then one in black, which just makes it a bit grim for me, but oh well. Anyway, next up we have Czech Republic, Friend of a Friend.
Can you hear it? Someone behind the wall making the same sounds. Can you hear it? Sounds like you today, making love. Who is it? Wish they wouldn't take such a long time. She was my neighbor. We were 13. She was back in. There's not much between us now, do you know what I mean? She's only a friend of a friend of a friend. She never wants to play with the friend. I don't know if you understand. Only a friend of a friend of a friend. I had a dream to walk the door. I could go the night anymore. Please believe me, I'm your man. Only a friend of a friend of a friend. She was my neighbor. We were 13. She was back in. There's not much between us now, but you know what I mean. We're friend of a friend of a friend of a friend. She never hopes to play in the band. I don't know if you understand. Only a friend of a friend of a friend. I had a dream to walk through the door. I couldn't go all night anymore. Please believe me, I'm your man. Only a friend of a friend of a friend. Ladies and gentlemen, watching Eurovision, we are making our way from the Czech Republic. She was always a
Czech Republic there, which I do think is quite a different one. That one, it's very different background music as well. Well, we're in the green room now, which this year's a bit different. Normally the green room would be in the arena, but this time it's actually on the side of the arena. It's a break though, says Joe. You're absolutely right.
You're not typing.
You're not typing. Yeah, that's true. Your fingers are gone. Your fingers are gone. Luckily the lemon juice has kept my voice hydrated. But yeah, we're 6 songs in. We're having a break out of the 17 songs.
So we are now.
So as I
in the
mentioned
green
before, the
room,
green
place
room is
where
not
all the
actually
performers
in the
come
arena this time.
to
It's
relax
actually in
and
a
gossip
separate building,
and
which
eat and
actually
gossip
the
after
fans
their
can sit in.
performance. So
There are
let's
tickets
start
for
the interview.
VIP,
Excuse me, can I sit with
which
the
is
one
pretty
who
cool if
opened
you want to spend
tonight's
quite a lot of money
competition?
to be in the same room as the performers during the semis or the grand final, which is
How
pretty
was it
cool.
to open the competition
It was
tonight?
great. It was an honor.
Cyprus just
Actually.
being
Thank
interviewed
you
with
so,
Tamta, of course.
much.
She opened the
Tamta, I wanna touch a
semi-final one
sensitive
with the song
subject,
Replay,
if it's
which
okay.
I'm
Last year,
I'm 99% sure is going to make the
Cyprus
final. I'll be
almost
very
won the
surprised if
competition.
it doesn't.
But in the
But again,
end,
Cyprus with another cracking song for this year.
tell me, does the people in Cyprus angry, upset with our Neta?
Of course not. No, no hate, only love. I think that Israel and Cyprus are very, very extremely
Cyprus were
close.
runners
They love
up
each
last
other.
year
And
to
Cyprus got
Israel,
the best position
which
last
could have
year.
been.
So
Well, we could have been in Cyprus instead of being in Tel Aviv this year, but instead it was Neto who won instead.
And good luck to you tonight.
Thank you so much.
Good luck.
Hello, Julia from Poland. Hi, girls. Welcome to Tel Aviv. Look, this was an amazing show. I love your harmonies. For how long have you been singing together?
1 year.
Only 1 year? Well, it sounds like you've been singing together for years.
Anyway, let's see if we got any.
Another thing,
Let's see if we
many
got any
people want to
messages.
know, where do you buy your clothes?
Everyone in Poland
Alpa
wears
Oskin is asking who is next, so the remaining runner on the running order will go through it now. It's next up. It's Josie Papayu with for Hungary, of course, as I mentioned earlier. If you've not tuned in, he was representing Hungary 2 years ago in 2017. We got Zena straight after with Like It. That's at number 8 for Belarus, which I like it. I've probably used that pun too much times already. Then we got Serbia with Bozovic. Then we have Elliot for Belgium, Otto for Georgia at number 11, Australia with Zero Gravity from Kate Miller-Heidke, that's at 12, Iceland from Atari, which have quite a few have said on here on the comment description bit that you are looking forward to that one, so that will be at number 13. Still a few songs to happen before then. We then got Victor Krone from Estonia, 14. 15 is Portugal, 16 is Greece with Catherine Duska, and then we have San Marino at 17. It's 7, yep, you're right, Joe. Number 7, it's Hungary with Josie Papai, and he's used to the Eurovision stage, but he certainly wants to come back and try and win it this time. Some may disagree that that's going to happen. And sometimes, as Joey mentioned earlier in our preview, that normally when the returning acts come back, it's normally actually a worse result for them. So it'd be interesting if he can improve that. Let's just have a look at any more messages. Melody Vision Christmas, I believe, is saying Atari as well. Anyway, let's have a bit of Josie Papai now, shall we?
God, it's empty.
Yeah. Especially the standing area.
So much room.
Yeah.
You can dance. We'll have a party.
Hey, he's doing it bare feet. I forgot about that.
I reckon. Drink.
So Hungary there with Joseph Papai actually being on the stage with bare feet, which is very, very brave of him, of course. Imagine if anything was left there from the previous act. You never know. You could leave pins there by accident. Imagine if that went up in his feet. That wouldn't be a good tone. Can you imagine his note when stepping on it? When singing, it'd be very, very, very bad indeed. But anyway, I'm thinking too much into it. Next up, though, we do have Belarus with Zina. And I'm a big fan.
Number one.
Number one, says Joe. I actually do like this one. It is a good song.
It's the best song on 41.
You got to come on, got to get some words. What? So is this your favourite out
This
the
is
lot?
my absolute favourite of all 41.
Wow.
I don't think she's going to qualify though, sadly, but it's just fun.
Yeah.
And all she's trying to do is just light up the arena and just make everyone enjoy themselves for 3 minutes.
Absolutely.
There's no big message or kind of like anything else in the song. It's just purely just about enjoying yourself.
Having
And
fun. Having fun.
Why not?
Exactly. Why not? Here we go then. I love it. Absolutely love it. Instead of like it, I love it. That's how good that Belarus song is. I hope, fingers crossed, on Tuesday night it gets through to the final. As Joe Sanson mentioned before, he's not so sure it could make the final, but who knows? It's a fun song. Next up, we got Serbia. That's at number 9, so we're pretty much at the midway point of semi-final 1. I tell you what, we'll get you on camera. There you go.
I think the talking point for Zena for Belarus though is that it's such a youthful, fun, vibrant, energetic performance and pop song that she's going for a youth vote, and I think that will help in the televote. But the average age of the juror this year is quite high.
Yes.
41 I think is the average age of the jurors. So will that song appeal to the average 40-year-old? Well, all I'm saying is I'm 41 and I love it.
That I didn't know. You looked younger.
Baby, repeat my moves.
Next up, we have Serbia.
Oh, that's the bit. That's great.
Oh. Some staging. Wow, when you get the chance, if you do watch semi-final 1 tomorrow, do check out Serbia's, because the staging is quite iconic, quite different as well. You'll see it tomorrow if you do watch and tune in when it's live in front of the big TV screens. Next up, we have Elliot from Belgium, who we were able to interview at the London Eurovision party, and he's about, I think he's, from what I can remember, he's 19 years old, so very young indeed, and certainly doesn't worry about the pressure on the stage whatsoever, representing Belgium. Actually, Elliot, as I mentioned, did have an interview with us at the London Eurovision party. Very calm and collective, for sure. And it'll be interesting how he does with this song. The song is called Wake Up, all sang in English, and it's be interesting. I'd imagine it will make the final. We will see. So see what you think. This is Belgium.
tell you what I think about it.
Go on. Oh yeah, do it after the song. Oh, the pyramids come down. Yeah. So that was Elliot with Belgium, and we've had a few negative comments about the song in our live feed. Joe, what do you think of that?
I think it's dire. I don't know what the outfit is. It's this black jacket with orange trim, and it's got these orange straps.
It's not very. It's not very European either. If you know what I mean.
No,
the outfit.
and I don't know if you saw the orange carpet, but it looks like he's wearing the orange carpet actually. But I don't know what he was wearing in that either. I know he's only young.
Yeah.
And he'll probably look back on that, particularly I think in a couple of years' time, and think, what did they make me wear? But yeah, the song just doesn't build. It's just completely flat. And the first half was kind of okay vocally, but some really dodgy notes there in the second half. I just think it lacks energy. The drummers aren't really drumming with any kind of enthusiasm, and they're not the same drums that are actually used in the track.
I was going to
which
say,
is really weird.
It didn't look like it was in sync either.
It's just wrong, and it's half-assed. It's I don't like it at all.
Okay.
Which is a shame because it was in my top 10 actually before I came out here, but it's probably now my bottom 10. So.
Bottom 10, so it might not make the final anyway. Here's Georgia.
What do I know? This, however,
Yeah.
Stop.
Very different. Very different, this one. We actually had a few comments during that song. Daniel J088 has said, "Mark my words, Georgia will be the surprise qualifier of semi-final one." And Joey next to me agrees as well. Tolga.
It should be the surprise qualifier, but I don't think it's actually going to qualify.
Really?
It's the surprise deserved should have qualified,
Yeah.
but probably just misses out.
And we always get that each year, don't we? We always have one or two songs where we all believe it should go through.
Yeah, well, I don't think anyone ever believed that it should go through, but we're kind of sort of getting to the point that actually now I think people are really kind of sort of getting it and starting to warm to it now. But the song, for many people hearing it for the first time, can be a bit shouty, a bit aggressive. It's not really going to be that kind of sort of charming or whatever.
Yeah.
So will it get people to vote for it? I think people will see perhaps the quality of it a bit more than perhaps they ever have, if they've heard it before. And frankly, in the semi-finals, it's mainly kind of sort of fans and avid viewers rather than your casual viewers in the final. So I don't think it will get the votes it will need.
We will see.
We'll see.
Let's hope we're wrong.
Maybe kind of 9th to 13th, so more likely to not qualify than qualify.
Then
but
qualify. Yeah, we'll find out on Tuesday. Right now, though, we're going to have a bit of Australia. This is a cracking song.
No, it's not.
Do you not like it?
Songs an F.
Well, big applause here in the press centre area. So that was Australia there at number 12. That's Kate Miller-Heidke with the song Zero Gravity. And it was quite a staging performance. And looks like we've got a bit of a break now for Bar Raffaelli doing in the crowd, interviewing some of the fans maybe. And well, she's in the she's actually near the Golden Circle, saying she's in the best seat in the house, where it's actually a little empty.
How crazy was that?
And now she's screaming at a girl. She's probably terrified. If anyone's wondering what is left on the running order, we have Iceland, then we got Estonia, Portugal, Greece and San Marino. So just 5 songs remaining from the jury of semi-final 1. And let's see what you've been saying in the comments. Lewis, what have you said? Michael 17. Her voice is really cool. That I presume that's about Australia. Great vocals, says DeRufus. Australia is weird. Worst entry they had, says Melody Visual Christmas, which is an interesting comment there. I wonder if that's something a lot of people would disagree with. Rich Bro 1773. Australia not my top 10. Melody's still waiting for Atari with the love symbol next to it. Haxball Spain has said Australia. We'll see. Thoughts on Ireland, asks Anna. Of course, Ireland is in the second semi-final, so we will see more of that on Wednesday when it comes to the jury and the rehearsal. So still Bar Raffaelli just talking to a couple of the fans. Looks like we've got a bit of a break here. Georgia final, says Haxball Spain. Georgia is, of course.
Oh my god, that was easy. You're right. What artist took second place in the 82 Eurovision?
In the 82 Eurovision?
Second place.
In the 82 Eurovision? Oh my god.
Oh, the fans.
No, it was
The fans are getting absolutely grilled.
It was Israel with Tara.
And if he knows the next one, then he's the winner. What country?
If only Bar Raffaelli didn't have those cards in front of him. Be interesting.
Ireland.
What years?
3 and 4.
Oh my god, and he is the winner. You're a really good fan, as I am. And as for you, well, security! Security! Come, take him away! We are true fans, but he's out. These are real
And now a
fans.
fan
These
is
are
being
really
literally
good
chucked
fans.
out for getting a question
2019.
wrong. Poor bugger. Okay, so I think we might be on to the next song now.
All right, are
No,
you
we're in the
ready
green
to
room.
continue with the competition?
So far we've had Cyprus, Montenegro, Finland, Poland, Slovenia, Czech Republic, Hungary, Belarus, Serbia, Belgium, Georgia, and Australia. Everyone's waiting for Atari from our comments below. Atari, it's literally Atari everywhere on our messages. So that is clearly a big fan. But anyway, we've just got the postcard coming now for Iceland. I'm intrigued about this one because I must admit I don't really know much about this song. I haven't seen any of the rehearsal clips either, so it'll be interesting to see how it does. Good point there, Haxball Spain. In 1999, Iceland were second. 10 years later, they were second. 10 years later, after they were last second, could they be second this time? I'm not sure. Maybe. We'll see. Lots of messages about Atari on it. Iceland, oh my god, good luck, Atari, go for it, says Danny Newman. And Irish Trucker said, hate will prevail. So yes, this will be interesting. Here's Iceland. First time for me seeing this as well. Hello. Got a bit of a budget this year, haven't they? was Iceland, and they've certainly put a budget in their staging this year, and it is quite iconic. I think they could just make the final there. Next up, we've got Estonia. We do have a few questions. Irish Tucker, do you mind me asking, is there a reason that bloggers can't directly show the show? Well, we're afraid we can't. It's against the rules. As I mentioned earlier, if you were in the stream earlier on, if I was able to show you the screen, we've even got words over on the screen on the stream right now, making sure that we can't film or take pictures from the rehearsals. But you'll be able to see it all tomorrow. Remember, Tuesday night is the night of the first semi-final, then Thursday night for the second, and then of course Saturday for the grand final. Now this is a song that intrigues me. It's Victor Crone with Storm.
All my life I wonder why I keep fighting all the tides for a million reasons that I find, but I might be on. I've hit highs and I've hit lows, but somewhere down the winding road, it felt like I could lose it all, but I might have been wrong. A storm like this can break a man like this, and when it all comes down, we'll be safe and sound. All my life I've tried to find the meaning of what's left behind. They say it's life itself, but I might have been wrong.
I think the mixes are wrong. It doesn't, yeah.
Can break a man like this, when it all comes down,
I think it's a shame, really.
we'll be safe and sound. A storm like this can break a man like this, and when it all comes down, we'll be safe and sound. Even if the sky falls down, we can take all the ground. We'll just keep the darkness down, so we'll be safe and sound.
I must admit, I've listened to this song quite a lot.
Whatever happens down the road, where we'll come from home, no, we won't. A storm like this can break a man like this, and when it all comes down,
Cameraman in the background.
safe and sound. Even if the sky falls down,
Is that better? It's worked. It's worked. Oh, that's right then.
we'll just keep the darkness down.
Pretty clever.
It'll be alright again. The battle scars won't matter then, but I might be alright.
So that was Victor Crone there for Estonia. And I mean, personally, I really like the song. Whether or not the staging will be enough, will it make the final? That's another question. It's a tough semi-final. There's a lot of good songs in this show, so it'll be interesting who would make it instead of someone like Victor Crone. Anyway, next up we actually have. Let's have a look at some of what people have said first. Someone's put Haxball Spain has put Estonia Pluff, which doesn't sound good. Denilson says, yeah, Sweden have a chance. Sweden, of course, in the second semi-final. Tolga has said that he doesn't like this song, which was Estonia. Danny Newman has said, I hope so, Netherlands wins, but Iceland is my favourite of semi-final one. And Australia now 6th in the odds, according to Haxball Spain. Anyway, our next song is Portugal, of course, our hosts from last year.
Eu parti o telemóvel a tentar ligar para você, para saber se eu mato a saudade ou quem morre sou eu. E quem me mata, nem eu sei, como saber. Eu sei que a saudade é tão nova, quem mandou a flecha
So that was Portugal there, number 15 for semi-final one. Koni Nasiris with that one in Portuguese. Of course, they hosted it last year. Would they want to win it again very soon after hosting one of the biggest events of the year? We'll find out, but it's probably an unlikely winner this year, I think, come Saturday. Will it make the final? Of course, Portugal, before Salvador Sobral came along, then making the final was quite difficult. Next up, we have Greece and Katerina Duska, a fan's favourite. And funny enough, we actually had a few messages early on. One of our audiences was actually saying hello to Katerina apparently before she left the green room, before making her way to the stage. So Greece, of course, last time they won it was 2005. So it's been a while for them, 14 years in the making. Can this do them justice? It's Better Love from Katerina Duska. that's Greece, and for many of you watching, you certainly enjoyed that. Irish Tucker said that the vocals have improved for sure. Alpa Zavars kind of said great voice, and Geotar679 has said slay. So a lot of positive reaction on Greece. Could it be a winner? Well, we'll find out. Will it make the final? I'm sure. In my eyes it will. And we got last but not least San Marino with Sahat. And I don't know about you, Joe, but I actually don't mind this song.
Well, going back to Greece, I actually think that's won the semi.
Oh, you think it's won the semi?
I think it's the strongest song in the semi. I think she has performed it better.
Yeah.
Some of the vocals weren't great, and I really don't like. There's a moment in the backing vocals that's really quite squawky.
It's a
just
parrot.
towards the end, they just need to take that bit out, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But it just looks classy. It's got the quality of the song.
The staging as well is just
yeah.
amazing. It's like a different world.
Yeah, this is a mess. It's dreadful, but it is.
Party pooper.
I'd call it delightfully dreadful. It's every bit as dreadful as you want Serhat Eurovision to be. So the fans are going to love it, but jurors voting tonight will not be kind to this.
No. The fans' vote will be very important for Serhat, that's for sure. So that was the last song of semi-final one. San Marino there with Serhat with Say Na Na Na. And they'll be wanting many of them to say yes, yes, yes when they vote for him tomorrow, but that's a big, big ask from what many are seeing. A bit of applause around the press centres. That is the completion of the first semi-final. Only the jury, of course. The first actual show, live show, will be tomorrow night here in Tel Aviv. And hopefully we will then, of course, find out who will be the first pot going in. Joe, I thought I'd quickly grab your thoughts of that first semi-final. You've already announced that you think Greece are the winners. Are you sticking with that? And then if so, who comes second in your eyes?
Well, having seen Serhat, I've not changed my opinion. That's the only one we've seen since since I made that declaration. But yeah, no, I think Greece and Cyprus are the big winners, and the Czech Republic. I think those are the three that will top this semi. Australia, I think, will also do reasonably well. I think mainly through the draw of the staging than the song. I think the song is still really awkward. I think the way that the tempo changes, I think is, to me, it just comes across as a bit erratic, and it's too musical theatre. It's kind of Cirque du Soleil kind of sort of meets kind of opera, and it's not something that I particularly like.
I mean, I don't know how much you believe in Eurovision odds, but some of our listeners, well, viewers have let us know that they're now 6 in the odds, Australia to win it.
We tend to see a lot of movement in the odds in this kind of sort of couple of weeks of Eurovision, and sometimes, you know, we saw Cyprus really shorten last year.
Yeah.
But we also see people get really, really crazy about other things kind of unnecessarily, or so, I mean, last year at this stage, I think Eva from Lithuania went straight up to kind of like number 3 in the odds.
Yes.
No idea.
And then Ireland at one point as well, which is a bit weird.
And Ireland as well, and
which I didn't understand.
Which was never really
It's a
going to
good
be the
song,
case.
but just not.
I think it's just where you had a song that no one really noticed before, but then all of a sudden people were noticing it, and then suddenly it rocketed to the top. I think that's a similar thing with Georgia, that everyone had kind of sort of ruled it out, and now everyone's kind of, and I'm really talking it up now because of the way that it looks on stage, but it's still a dud song.
Yeah.
So it's still not going to get through, but its odds have kind of sort of, you know, really kind of sort of crept in as well. So I don't expect much to have really changed from any of that.
Who do you think the biggest loser could be then? Who do you think?
Belgium.
Belgium. So Elliot. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm often wrong about these things, but it just screams last place in the semi for me, which is astounding. Because before coming here, I would have put that as an absolute certain qualifier, maybe 5th or 6th or something like that in the semi. But it wasn't performed well. It isn't staged well. It looks all wrong. I know there's been huge talk about wide shots in the run-up to this Eurovision, and he does have some wide shots that don't really work for him. Finland, actually.
Do you think they're going to make it?
No.
I see.
Finland is dreadful. I love Darude. I grew up with Darude, but it's just not a great song. It's performed really badly vocally, and the shots that they have been ruined by seeing tonight having the fans in the Golden Circle. We've seen it all week without that Golden Circle being empty, but now you've got the crowd between Sebastian and Darude, who's kind of like over there somewhere.
Yeah, in the background.
And
it's
it
just weird.
It looks even worse for them, I think, based on what I've seen there. So few of the artists this year are using the whole of the stage, and I can see why. Because if you have got the crowd between one of your performances and another one of your performances, it just doesn't look good on shot. And I think that's really the case for Darude and Sebastian. I think some of the others, so Germany, obviously they're not here tonight. Because I think they perform in semi.
I think they're in the second one,
but they just use the very front of the stage, and I think that could work quite well for them. But I think some of the other artists that are probably watching this tonight, some of the ones from Semi 2 that are using kind of all of the stage. So Romania use it all, Norway use it all, and maybe starting to kind of sort of look at that and think, actually, how's that going to look against what we've recorded and what we've analysed so many times from the semi-finals. I'm sure they've picked up on it and know that there's people that are going to be there. But there's been talk about the Golden Circle being overpopulated, too many tickets. They've had to put barriers in, which has meant that they've had to downgrade some of the ticket holders.
How many tickets is it? Would you say?
I don't know, but it is tiny. I mean, I've been in there during these rehearsals, and that Golden Circle is absolutely tiny.
Oh, blimey!
And they've sold quite a lot of tickets for it, so I don't know how.
Because last year you had a proper circular one, didn't you? Because of the stage, but this time it's like a pointy.
It's a golden chevron.
Polly
Geneva would love it. It's a golden chevron.
And we all love Polly. But
I mean,
it's funny though, because I mean, for the viewers at home as well, when you have. Sorry, what you sing? You should be up on that stage. It's funny though, when they go through the running order though, you know, after all the songs have been performed, you forget. You fit Georgia up there. You forget some of the songs, don't you? like the Darude one then, as much as I love Darude, I completely forgot.
Yeah, I mean,
you know,
like, he was
that-
the big loser and just forgot that Darude was even
He
wasn't
was
even worthy of getting
even
that.
worth
He
getting
couldn't
here.
even win that.
You couldn't, yeah.
So yeah, I mean,
There's something about Australia that I like it, but it can be a bit annoying, if that makes sense.
yeah.
There's, like, don't get me wrong, the staging is different.
The thing I've been saying about Australia tonight that's perhaps a bit different, just because of what I'm thinking about right here in the sense of this being a jury show, is that the jury is made up of 5 music industry professionals from each country.
Yeah.
So you have to look at the mix of where some of those jurors come from in terms of their music profession. So some are DJs, some are producers.
Yeah.
So they
Songwriters,
might appreciate
maybe.
some of the stuff that Darude does, but probably not look away. But a lot of them are actually, from things like, there are people from musical theatre, there are people that perform themselves on stage. And I think if you're a stage performer and you see somebody performing like that on a bendy pole, and you're thinking, that girl's got some talent because I couldn't do that, you're probably gonna score them some points. And also in terms of things like vocal capacity that they're asked to look for, overall package, I think people, if they're looking at a tick list, will be ticking lots of things for Australia, but not song. And Portugal, I mean,
Portugal is...
I don't get it. I've never got it.
I just,
I don't think I ever will get it.
I feel like, I don't think Portugal would want to win it anytime soon after just hosting it, maybe, but I didn't get it at all. But there's Greece, as you can hear in the background, Catherine Duska, who is, wow, she's going through, no doubt about it for me. But it's,
just seeing if on the recap bit they use the score. I don't think they do.
Yeah.
But they do have the big note, which wasn't perfect tonight.
No, it wasn't. And then we got good old San Marino. At least he gets the last laugh in the semi-final, you could say, being the last act on the night. But
this to me is in the same category as Zima from Belarus, which
yes,
again, I think everyone's forgotten, which is a real shame because it's my favourite part.
Yeah.
But Serhat is an entertainer, it's a disco song, just make people smile for 3 minutes.
Exactly.
But I think Belarus do it better because it's a 16-year-old girl that's kind of, she's at the start of her career. Whereas I think with it being Serhat, I know that we as a fan community will kind of sort of love the trio coming back again and again, but it lacks quality. It really does lack quality.
I think you're right. If you had to pick between the two, you'd go towards Belarus for that last spot.
But that's what I love about this semi is you've got a real mix of stuff. You've got BDSM synth punk. You've got the artistic integrity of what Portugal were trying to do that I just don't get. But it is very artistic.
Yeah.
You've got the pure pop. You've got the DJ. You've got a kind of a mix of everything, and that's why we love Eurovision. Exactly.
That's what. You're absolutely right, Joe. That's what we love about Eurovision. Of course, that's Joe Sansom, who is part of ESC Bubble. So do check them out online, Facebook, YouTube, the whole shebang. They are on there. So I think really we've had all the songs from the first semi-final for the jury. So there's no looking back for these performers now. They've done every rehearsal from last week. It's all been put into their final performance. Actually, here he is. Here is Joe Sansom. Joey Sigona. How are you, my friend? You've just come back from the arena. Do join us. Joe, how have you been? How was it in there? Because we were watching it in here, and it's an interesting semi. There's some good songs, but there's some that aren't going to make it.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I will say that I think Australia got the biggest reaction from the crowd. Yeah, not maybe during the song, but just like kind of towards the end when it's obvious that they've been flying around for 3 minutes. I just don't think it translates that well to the screen. Like when you're in the arena, you can see that how high it is. Like the difference in height is really what makes it.
Yeah.
But I was checking the monitors. I don't know if you saw it here, and I don't know if it looks the same.
Oh, as in the way, in terms of volume, or?
Well, it almost looks like you can't really tell like how high off the ground she is.
Yeah, I think what I've noticed is when you watch it from the TV, you've got it zoomed in on her, so you can see her spin round, but it's not like she's, as you say, she's high up, and I think that when it's focused out, but yeah, it's interesting that, because I'm not so fussed about the whole spinning round. I don't care about that. I want to hear the song. I know Eurovision's all about staging as well, but with this song, I big up, you're spinning around, That's not going to make me vote for you. But it's a good song. Just
Yeah.
staging, I think, is a bit too much for me.
Well, the odds are responding to it. I don't know. Maybe its chances are better now.
Yeah, maybe.
We'll see.
Maybe.
So,
Well, we actually did have one of our viewers before messaging us saying that Australia now 6th favourite. Of course, Eurovision week, it all changes very quickly in the odds list, especially from the bottom to the top. It is very dramatic. Let's just see if we've got any more views from our viewers. Of course, Joey was part.
Do you know who she is, by the way?
We do not know. Oh yes, yeah.
what's that?
Do
Oh,
you know who she is?
why are we doing a kiss cam? I don't.
Because Eurovision is catching up.
It's catching up.
Kiss Cam's so 1996, aren't they?
Interesting. Something tells me the crowd aren't going to join in.
Who sang this originally?
Isn't this a Bruno Mars song?
Bruno Mars, isn't it?
Yeah.
Danny Newman has said yes, there are more songs that have chance to qualify than the second semi-final. I must admit, it's funny. I think I might be wrong about this fact, but I think ever since the semi-finals was introduced at Eurovision, the winner has always been from semi-final 1. I might be wrong, but I'm sure that's what I've read.
I don't know the answers to that.
Yeah, we'll have to
That's
Google it.
good homework for you.
Well, of course, the semis came in on 2004. You know what? I was just wondering that. Is it Dana International?
That is her.
1998 winner. In the UK as well. She won it in the UK. Go ahead, Joey.
I'll be right back.
No worries. Of course, still carry on commenting below, and then very soon me and Joey will give you our top 10 predictions of who will make the final. Let me just double check with Joe Sanson. Joe, it is 10 going into the final, isn't it?
It is 10.
It is. Cool. I'll make sure I get that right.
Unfortunately, yes.
Unfortunately, yes. Says Joe. As you say.
I mean, we would all love it to be 8.
8.
And then 12
And
and
then
semi 2. We all know that.
As Joe is of course back from the arena, Dane International with her interval act there, and certainly something for the TV audience to look forward to tomorrow. And a bit of a junior Eurovision plug-in now, which normally is done on the grand final, but they're doing it in the first semi-final. And there is a present for Joe from another Joe. Let's see this. Let's see this moment.
You know what?
Because
I didn't get one.
How very sweet.
Looks like you needed a...
Live on ESC Plus. Just when we saw the romance camera in the arena, we've had it in here as well. There we go. Look at him. He looks delighted. Oh, fantastic. Fantastic. Anyway.
Yeah, that song that 41-year-old jurors are not going to like, because 41-year-olds don't like Xena and 3-minute pop songs. But it's my favourite.
It is.
41.
It is Joe's favourite. Will the juries agree? We'll find out tomorrow when the results come in. And then we've got the Poland act from last year's Junior Eurovision who won the Junior Eurovision in Minsk, which was in Belarus. And she was actually at the press conference earlier that me and Joe attended, and Joe did ask a question about Spain's participation for Junior Eurovision this year, which will of course be in Warsaw later on in November. So anyway, I think we are pretty much done. We're going to read a few more messages, and then that's it. There isn't really anything left to talk about in terms of live from the semi, but as I said, me and Joey will of course do our predictions of who will make the final. That'll be in a separate video in just a few minutes time. I'll just quickly go through some last messages. Actually, I'm sure that Serbia will qualify, says Tolga. Danny Newman's back again. We've got ESC France Matteo saying Greece. ESC France Matteo again says Greece again. You keep saying Greece. Your top 5: Greece, Iceland, Serbia, Cyprus, Australia, Hungary, Czech Republic, Slovenia, Estonia, and Belgium will qualify, says Michael.17. And Tolga has said number 1 Greece. Tolga loves Greece. Anyway, we're going to do our top 10 actually. We're going to do it here live Joey, do you want me to start it with you, or do you want me to do it?
So does it have to be in the order that we like them, or does
It can be in. It doesn't have to be in any order. All you have to do is give us your winning song. Who do you think won the first semi-final?
Okay.
And the rest of the 9 entries you reckon will make the final on Saturday.
Okay, well, you go first.
Oh, put me right in it. Good move. Good move. Okay. If I had to go for the winning song, it's a tough one. It's such a good semi-final lineup as well. What? Do you not like? I like it. Do you not think it's close? Joe Sampson disagrees.
It's Thursday.
Yeah.
Thursday, I know.
The ultimate semi-final
I know,
of death.
Yeah.
Any Eurovision semi-final ever. This one, I could qualify. I could sing the Belgian song to qualify.
I thought that was you actually up there for a minute.
Okay, so I'm gonna pick my winner, and
Is this your personal winner, or
This is my personal winner.
that you're predicting?
I'm
still confused about the instructions of this assignment.
So basically, we got to pick our winning song.
Okay.
You don't have to think about the fans; just think about yourself with your winning song.
So they're not predictions then?
They are predictions. They're your predictions. If that makes sense.
No, it doesn't.
Is that a thing in America? Predictions?
Yeah.
Oh, it is. That's right then. I'm gonna the song I reckon that won semi-final one. I'm gonna have to go with Greece, with Katerine Dozska, who was second from last in the running order, and the staging is just awesome. I absolutely love it.
Can you
It's very
explain it to
memorable.
me? I'm still confused about it.
How do we explain this, Joe? Basically, you've got to pick the 10 songs you reckon.
No, I'm talking about Greece staging.
Greece staging. You're still confused by it.
Yeah, like I'm not sure what that big ball is for.
Right. Okay. Maybe we should ask her.
Yeah. We can.
We could.
I
Anyway.
think she's trying to leave some things up to the imagination right now. So.
Okay. So here's my rest of the top 10. So Cyprus is a definite. It's got to go through. Poland. I think Poland will go through. Slovenia, I'm not sure. So I've got 3 at the moment. Czech Republic is a definite. I think Hungary will make it. I want Belarus to make it, but we're not sure it will. My heart is going for Belarus. Go for Belarus. Serbia. I agree with what Joe Sanson said before. A no for Belgium. Serbia. I'm going to leave out for a moment. Australia is definitely going through in my eyes. I'm going to be really risky here and say Estonia, just because I like the song. The staging is hit and miss for some, but Estonia is one of my songs. Let's have a look. Who have I missed? Georgia, I think, will go through.
Here, we'll go through the list as it's playing here. Cyprus through or not?
Cyprus are through for me. Are you going with Cyprus?
I agree. That's an easy one.
So let's go. Let's keep going through them. The next song, Montenegro.
Montenegro.
I don't think so.
No.
So far we both agree on Cyprus and agree on Montenegro not making it through. Next one's Finland. When they show it, I don't think so.
Yeah, it's just too average.
Yeah.
Even for this semi-final, I think.
What were the audience like in the arena?
Yeah, I mean they were into it. But I think it was largely because he was out on the catwalk.
Yeah. Poland.
I think this is gonna go through.
You think? Yeah, I agree. So we've 4 out of 4 so far from us. We've agreed on all of them.
To my thinking.
So Poland there. It's different as well, that one. I don't like this one, Slovenia, I'm afraid.
I was thinking that this would go through, but during their song, I could hear people talking in the arena, like.
Oh, and getting really bored.
The average person lost interest, I think. And
sounds like a baseball match.
And then we had Lake Moali to kind of revive everyone.
Yeah.
I mean, the minute Albert came on, even before the cameras were on, he was really bringing the crowd to life.
Yeah. I agree. I think Czech Republic will go through. I think Hungary will go through, but it's not one of my favourites, I'm afraid. What do you think?
I still think that it might not make it. And
really?
So, yeah.
Now, that will be interesting. As you said as well in our preview, normally when they come back, they don't do so well. Now, fingers are crossed.
I'm telling you, I think this song has life. Like, I think
please go through Belarus. So we're
Don't underestimate that fan base that the young someone so young has with voting online.
Yeah. Serbia next. The staging for this is quite amazing for the TV viewers. Anyway, what did you think in the arena?
You know, it's hard. It was hard for me to see in the arena to see the screens, so I may not have experienced it all the way. I don't think Belgium's going to pull it off this year again because I don't think his voice was on point tonight. And
Joe Sampson said before that what is he wearing as
yeah,
well?
and I don't get the color scheme on that all. Now I'm feeling some type of way about this song. The arena really responded to this way more than I thought they would. I think this could be a surprise.
Yeah. So Georgia, I think might go through. Australia, we both know it's going to go through, don't we?
Yeah, this is pretty certain. I mean, Australia's already coming in with a great advantage, being Australia. Great televoting record, so
it's definitely a 100% record for them into the final again. I think Iceland could go through.
I think Iceland will go through, and I think they'll be late to be called in the list of qualifiers, so there'll be some drama.
Yeah. Estonia, I really wanted to go through, Joe, but what was it like in here? It's a mess.
I don't think it got it to go through. I have this thing about Estonia and how poorly they've done with the juries in the semis.
Yeah. Portugal next. I don't think this one will make it. I personally don't get it.
I think that it will.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. That's probably the first time we disagreed now, I think.
I mean, this is just... It's too hard to ignore this one, so...
And Greece, the second from last.
I mean, this semi is really set up for a song like Greece to win because everything is so not radio friendly for them, for a large part. This is one of the purest pop songs that we have.
And San Marino, I think, as much as I love Serhat, it's just not going to happen, is it?
I love Serhat as well. And, yeah.
So really, from what our predictions say, most of us agreed with that. So those are our predictions for the top 10 tomorrow. Of course, tomorrow night we will do a reaction video from the actual results as well. So be sure to check out our YouTube channel for that.
We might want to go through what the ESC Plus odds tool is telling us tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Before the show.
Let's have a look at what more is saying. I want tomorrow says XD. I want tomorrow. That's a phrase, isn't it? I want tomorrow. WLT Walter Van Benton was very popular in the 90s, yes. He is wearing what? Oh, yeah. Not announced yet, Tolga says. I hope Belarus goes to the final, says Roy Bennett. Final breath of fresh air.
Yeah, I agree, Roy. Yeah. It's a young breath of fresh air.
Exactly. Australia odds move is over the top, typical overreacting, can't see it winning, says Roy Bennett. Karen Danielian says Cyprus song. Yeri Loggy says Belgium. Really? Oh. So Ella has put, have Greece sung? Yes, they have, Ella. They were second from last in the running order. All songs have performed tonight. If you did miss it from our stream,
what's Michael 17's predictions there?
Michael 17. That's Greece, Iceland, Serbia, Cyprus, Australia, Hungary, Czech Republic, Slovenia, Estonia, and Belgium will qualify in terms of what Michael 17 is saying.
Yeah, I was curious.
Yeah. And to be honest, I think I could probably agree with all. Well, apart from Belgium.
You don't agree with Estonia. You don't agree with Belgium.
Oh no, I like Estonia.
I know, but you didn't think it was qualified.
Belgium definitely won't. Well, no, I don't think it should. Anyway, I think that's it. The show is finished on our stream in front of us.
Did we get the big three performing?
Big three performing. I don't think they're showing it on our screen, are they? Or
well, it's part of the broadcast.
It is. Well, it is part of the jury broadcast. But I think we're going to wrap it up there.
Yeah.
So, Joey, been a pleasure, my friend. Give me a good old American high. Yeah, I love that. Absolutely love it. Joe Sampson as well. Thank you for contributing, and of course you're on the ESC bubble throughout the song contest. You've been here forever. How do you feel?
Exhausted.
Exhausted.
Yes.
But he's getting there. He's getting through it. I feel like a part-time. I've just turned up today. Anyway,
But
Mike.
that's good, fresh perspectives. So
Yeah.
you talk to people in here and you kind of know some of these people better than you know our own families.
Yeah.
At this stage. So yeah. Well, but what do we know? We know.
What do we know exactly?
We
With
just know
it,
that Zayna.
Zayna, as I like to say in football, we're all football managers, aren't we, really? We all have our opinions. But my thanks to both Joes from the UK and America. We're all worldwide here in Tel Aviv. We'll be back tomorrow night for our reactions from the results of semi-final 1. I'm hoping, Joey, you can join me after the semi-final.
Absolutely.
Perfect. That's what I like to hear. And anyway, keep tuned on ESC Plus on YouTube, online, Facebook, Instagram,
And
all
don't
the whole
forget
shebang.
to subscribe and then put on the notifications so you'll see when we come back.
Exactly. Well said, Joey. And on that note, it's good night from Tel Aviv.
Shalom.